Hello, 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 my wonderful, beautiful light beings. Firstly, I would like to say thank you, thank you, thank you to all of those who got in touch with me to wish me Earth Day blessings, or should I say gifts on Monday. I took some beautiful time out on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I had an amazing birthday. Thank you very much. So I'd like to thank all of those that took the time and effort and trouble to text me, to call me, to voice note me, to DM me, no matter on what social media. I truly, truly appreciate you. Thank you. And I accept and receive your love, and I give exactly that back. So I thought that it's a good day today to talk about, and this month especially, about the collective. So, what is the collective? Who are the collective? Have you heard about the 144,000? So yeah, I think it's now time for us to start doing shorter talks about things like this. And the rest of the month I'll also be going into ascension and ascension symptoms and dimensions as well. I have gratefully my wonderful Earth Angel, Gabriel, who's about to join us shortly. If anybody knows their definition, what do you think the collective is? Pop it down, let's see. Hello, darling.
Hello,
We meet again.
we're back.
And we're
Wonderful.
back. They let us back. That's nice of them.
How lovely. Thank you. Thank you for gracing us. Well, for allowing us to grace everyone else with our presence, basically.
Yes, thank you. And we send all of you who are trying to stop us unconditional love in abundance.
Speaking of that, let's start this off with a download for everyone of unconditional love. If you'd
100%.
like to close your eyes with me, Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Creator of all that is, it is commanded that anyone who is or will watch this video is downloaded with unconditional love. Say yes to accept. Thank you.
Yeah.
It is done, it is done, it is done. Show me. Lovely.
Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Setting the intention
So,
there.
very apt for us to do this on today's topic, the collective. So, my definition, so many books that I've read and so many different things I've researched, and there's always this number that you must have heard as well, Gabriel, which is 144,000.
Yeah, that number's everywhere when it comes to the number of people that are needed, but I will let you continue with that.
Mm. So, what is the collective? The collective is this is like no definitive. These are only my opinions and my beliefs. And I feel that the collective is anyone who is open to the transitioning of our current state of planet Earth. Um, those who have come down here and might have felt ever since they arrived that they don't belong in said current system and didn't exactly know why until, as we know at the moment, the beautiful shifts that are now happening, which as a result now I've never felt more in my purpose and realizing that I'm in my spot and my place of Earth right now. I think we're here to help ascend the Earth into the place that it's destined to be, or should have been, or returning back to be. All in the above. Um, and with the 144, I was having a good think about it today, Gabe, and I was wondering really and truly whether it is only 144 and whether, because we're all created from love, could technically be all of us if we choose to be, you know?
I think there is a reason for that number, 144. It's always popping up everywhere. It's been mentioned in many teachings. It's in various, especially when it comes to spiritual people and people who are um, speaking on things in regards to raising the consciousness of the collective. That number is always popping up. So I do think there is a reason for that number. And when you think about it, 144,000 people compared to what 7 odd billion people on the earth isn't a huge amount of people
No.
needed to be on the conscious path and be on the path of ascension as well, so to speak. So I think that just goes to show the power that we all have as individuals, that such a small amount of individuals need to get to a certain spiritual level in order for the whole collective on the planet to then move on to the next stage or go on into 5D, so to speak.
Mm.
Which,
Yeah, and it's like we always say, G, it's like you can have a room full of darkness and one person can be light and it will literally light up the entire room, even if there's 1,000 people in that room and they're just like that dark energy. The light energy will always show through. So it's really not surprising. And to all of those that might feel like they're out of place, and sometimes some people, they say to me like, why am I just here, the only person in my town, in my country? Why am I alone? And the reason is, folks, is because the planet's so big, we've purposely been dotted into different parts so that altogether we can raise the ascension of the earth. Because if we were all grouped together, only that part of the earth will be raised in vibration. It will be a very tense and beautiful vibration, don't get me wrong. However, with us being all spread out everywhere, it assists faster in the speed of the entire planet rising.
Exactly. And that is why many of us are born in certain areas and certain countries, and we feel like we are alone and there isn't anyone else with us who understand us. But it's for that reason exactly, and also why we may be called to move as well. Maybe we are born or living in a place that is overpopulated, and there's a lot of I'll give you my example of I've been living in London for most of my life. Last year I moved to Cyprus, and yeah, I am my heritage does come from Cyprus, and my dad does live in Cyprus. So there were other factors as to why I wanted to move over. However, I felt, and I was always feeling for a long time, even though I easily could connect to my tribe in London, and there are like so many people like me on that wavelength in London. It just felt oversaturated in many ways, and there isn't that type of energy here in Cyprus. So I feel like by me being here is obviously helping raise the vibration here. In ways that I still don't really know. And that's the same for everyone else, whether they are, and maybe they feel like they're in remote parts of the world where they're like, oh, I want to connect with all these people that I speak to online. And yeah, you will one day. But for the time being, we are placed in these areas for the exact reason that Jenny just explained.
Yeah.
To raise the collective in that specific part.
And folks, it has been challenging. You know, it has been challenging navigating planet Earth for those of us who are part of the collective. We all came down in different situations, and normally those of us that are here to assist have to go through quite challenging paths in order to get to where we need to now ascend. But that is also part of the journey, because if we had had everything easy to begin with and then we're faced with what's going on now, it's just like those that woke up last year. I can only just, no, I don't want to say wake, cancel, clear, delete. Those who have risen into what is really going on last year, I was sending complete sympathies and unconditional love to Gabe, just because I just thought the intensity of not only what's going on out there, you know, but to then have to handle their own, whether it be a spiritual awakening or dark night of the soul or phoenix in the ashes, like that's tremendous fast pressure to put on one soul, as opposed to those of us who have done it some years before in prep and time for now. For when this came, it was a bit of a, like, I hate to say it, but it's a bit of a breeze, because for those of us who have already been aware of the nightmare that we're living in, that is the system, like, we've been like already trying to shout this out on loudspeaker, and it's just the fact that they've put it now on loudspeaker because they were already doing lots of horrific things to all beings previous to now.
And yeah, for people who are arising out of their slumber and they're seeing things for what they really are in the system, and they're seeing that first and foremost before they then move on to seeing how we are all one, we're all connected to the creator. When they're still at that point of seeing all the absolute shit regarding the system, I have so much sympathy for those people and compassion, because it's almost like waking up from for some people, it could either be waking up from a blissful dream or waking up from a mundane reality and stepping into a nightmare. When you wake and when you rise that way, and the first thing you see is the shit with the system, it is stepping into a nightmare. You know, seeing through the lies, seeing through the deception, seeing through the fakery of it all. You know, a lesser man could go mad from that.
100%.
Well, sorry, I don't mean that. Cancel, clear, delete. I don't mean a lesser man. That's just a saying I'm used to. I don't actually mean that. People could lose their minds through that, and I think a reason for the 144, the 1,444 people, is so for a lot of us that have been aware of these things and have been, aware of this knowledge over years in drips and drabs. Like for me, I wasn't just like, blasted with information of what's going on in the world. This is something that came to me over the years, through my teenage years and through my early 20s to now, where I'm like really comfortable with it all. And, there isn't a lot that can affect me in terms of knowing what goes on behind the scenes. I've already been traumatized by it and gone through that trauma out to the other side. And yeah, that's why we're here, to now help the collective. I think it's brilliant.
We are part of the collective that we're helping as well, and that's the most beautiful thing. And going back to what we were saying earlier in Gabe's talk, once you then start realizing, oh, okay, I feel like I am part of the collective. Don't suddenly think I've got to rush. I need to find my purpose because I need to help everyone quick, quick, quick. You know, I did some work on this today actually with a lovely friend of ours, Caroline, and I have a thirst for knowledge, and it seems to be derived from past life work. So, and that's often what we can get, the empathy side of us, those who are empaths, have this innate desire to help, that we might end up rushing our process and therefore not necessarily getting exactly to where our purpose is meant to be in the haste. So yeah, just be mindful of that, folks. You know, take your time and go easy on yourself. You know, take it easy on yourself, just in general, especially with those that, it doesn't matter what journey you are on when it comes to rising, because there can still be stuff that unsettles us at any moment, in any time. And I think that's a misconception. I think a lot of people think that, especially with the healing work, they think, oh, I'm going to see someone and I'm going to be healed and that's it. And then my life's going to be great forever. So the reality, folks, is we can work on that, and we can unravel it, and we can delete those, and we can reprogram ourselves. However, there can be just pauses, you know, because everything's a circle, everything's a spiral. So we can always live in a beautiful place of playfulness, ease and happiness and joy. But when we then realize that we're being activated, forward slash people say triggered, but for me, I'll cancel, clear, delete that. When we feel that we're being activated by something that is affecting us, that's a moment to then realize, okay, that area needs healing now. Let me go into this, you know? And there is nothing to be fearful of when it comes to going into these things. And they can be, not only can they be removed, they can also be replaced with higher purpose, better serving forms of programming for us, as Gabriel and I have recently found out through our theta healing studies. And we've been doing some tremendous work ourselves and with each other and with our colleagues, and we found this out. So we are the collective. We are here to assist and help each other. But remember, the best way that we can help and assist is by starting within, first and foremost.
Exactly. And by starting within, that will lead you to connecting with others. And sometimes you might need that help from someone else in order to connect within, and then you're good to go. And I think that's so important. If you don't know how to connect with yourself, if it's like a new concept to you, and you don't know how to listen to your intuition, you don't know how to listen to your own truth and your own discernment, then there are people out there who can help you do that. And it's not like regular therapy. I think we spoke about that, but I'll say it again. It's not like regular therapy where you're seeing someone over and over again. It is, on that aspect, that's something that's very, that shouldn't take a long time to help someone connect with themselves. That should be something that you put them on the right path, and then they're good to go to help themselves. And then the other things in life, that's what, takes layers and layers, to heal and to process, like emotional wounds and stuff like that, relating to other people, relating to experiences, and self-limiting beliefs. That's loads of things that, can either heal instantly in someone, or it takes time, and it's like layers of an onion till you get to the root cause of it. And it's all down to the belief system of the person, if they believe that they can be, first of all, if they can be healed, and second of all, if they can be healed instantly. But there's nothing wrong with, feeling that you were healed about something, and then a few months down the line, you get, as you said, activated by it again. And you're like, oh fuck, I thought I dealt with this like a few months ago, and here I am feeling those feelings again. Yeah, it's fine. I've been there. When me and Jenny have done work together, and I said to her, Jenny, but I worked on this a few months ago with someone else. Like, why is this coming up? Why are you now having to help me heal this? Like, and it's frustrating. It's very frustrating in that moment to think that, oh, I now need to go back to um
Revisiting
situation,
those moments. That's what it is
revisiting
as
those
well.
moments that I thought was already healed and cleared. But it's fine. It does, once you go back there and you heal it again, then you feel even lighter and brighter. And you keep doing it and you keep working at it. Do you stop?
Hallelujah!
Yeah. It's like learning a skill. Do you stop once you know the basics? No, you keep going
Exactly.
till you're advanced at it.
Exactly.
Do you feed yourself once? No, you feed yourself every time you're hungry. Otherwise, you're gonna die. So
Exactly.
it's the same
And right
mentality.
now, exactly, like Gabe, and right now, especially whilst we're transitioning and whilst all of this distractions happening outside, it's the best time to be doing the inner work. You've got no distractions outside. You ain't got to do 101 things and go 101 places. This is the best time. Get inside, because everything you heal within yourself, it has an automatic knock-on effect, whether you have children or not, on your siblings, on your mother, on your father, or like literally your children, obviously, as well, if you do have children. Everything that we heal, it heals 7 generations previous and ahead of us, and we can do on all levels as well, and all dimensions. And because there is so much out here, folks, it's not just us living our lives, it's us also living in different timelines at the same time. There's more than one of us going on right now, and I'm not talking doppelgangers on Earth. There's a whole other world out there, which me and G no doubt will bring to you later on in this year.
Oh, definitely.
But
A lot of
yeah, like, use this time, get inside. Oh yes, it is gonna hurt a bit, but guess what? When have you not been hurt in life before, and you've been hurt and still carrying the pain? That's actually more painful than getting to the root, getting it out, and then being able to be released to be your best version of yourself. Come on, folks. And if you can, and especially if you've got children, you can then pass that beautiful gift on to your children to stop those cycles. So that, isn't it every parent's dream for them to be the best version of them?
Exactly. And any generational issues, you stop it there and then for yourself, and then you stop it for your children, you stop it for future generations as well. And what you just said about carrying around emotional pain and emotional wounds and, like negative self-limiting beliefs, if you had a broken leg or an open wound, you would get that fixed and healed, wouldn't you? You wouldn't carry on your life in your day to day, hobbling around with the broken leg or gushing blood all over the place with your open wound. So that's the exact same thing for emotional problems and self-limiting beliefs. It's easier to get them healed than it is to carry them around in life. It might not look it from the outside, but once it's done, you're like, damn, like, I feel better. This is a new feeling. Oh, I like it. Can I have some more, please?
And not only that, I'm not being funny. Those that are carrying their shit around, folks, you don't hide it well. Those of us
That's
who know, we
it.
can see it. We can feel your shit. Like, quite literally, you ooze pain, you ooze hurt, you ooze, and you might be there thinking, oh yeah, I'm handling it in my perfect world, in my perfect place, in my perfect self. And it's just like, no, stop lying to yourselves. Stop trying to lie to everybody else. It don't wash. The same way, like Gabe quite frankly said, you've got an open, gushing wound. Your energy will come out in your words, in the way you speak, in the way you present yourself, in your body language. in your happiness? Is your head up in the future? Is you're looking down, depressed in the past? You're like, seriously. It's like, exactly, G. Do you know what I mean?
No, no
So
judgment.
it's time for it to
No
stop.
judgment
It's time for
whatsoever,
people to just
but,
start fixing their shit.
you know, we are at, you know, it's an age of information. Everything is out there available for you. And there are people out there who who are here to help as well. You know, for example, with you, Jenny, you could be doing something else, couldn't you, with your time?
Quite easily.
But a big part of why you do this is because you feel a need to help others. And
The
let's
core of
face
this
it,
for me is that people are not alone. To know that, you know, we are the collective, we are here. And if no one says anything, then it's like the days of old. Nothing still will be said. So how is anything going to change?
exactly, exactly. And it, you know, and it's about setting other people on the right path as well, so then they can go on and help other people. And I think that's the beautiful thing about it. It's a ripple effect.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think
That
one
is
of the bravest things to do in life is to seek help. It's extremely brave because you think about the amount of people who are always trying to deal with their issues by themselves, or you know, just not dealing with it, not facing it, thinking everything's going to be okay, even though it's, you know, everything is a mess inside of them, and they're just so afraid to speak out and ask for help and reach out to other people, um, because of whatever, because of upbringing, conditioning. They were taught that way, you know, to, you know, suck it up, whatever, from their parents, this, that, and the other. And then to actually step out of that just for a moment in time and seek help, that's a massive step. Like, once you get past that hurdle, the rest, if things, life gets better, life gets easier, honestly. It's one of the most empowering things you can do for yourself. It really is.
100%. And yes, Faith, vulnerability is our greatest strength. Exactly that. And showing people that we are not, they're not the only ones, you know? Because as we've said before, Gabe beautifully said just then, my darling, often we talk to people and we think we might be alone, and then you speak to someone and then all of a sudden you realize that your life was just like nowhere as challenging as some other people's, you know, and then you become grateful. And once you start looking into that healing, and once you start picking at those knots and straightening those knots, what you're then doing is you're giving signs to the creator and all universal beings and ancestors past, present and future, letting them know you're ready for the good stuff to start entering your life. You know, you might have to shed people along the way, you might have to shed things along the way, but I swear with each ascension, and there are levels, and you do carry on having to do this, like it's almost like a snake shedding their skin, but it's worth it. So I swear, like those that I might be thinking, I can't unlock my abundance, for all you know, you might have something in a past life. You could have a vow, you could have something going on within your DNA that's stopping you from progressing in this lifetime. There's so many things that we're unlocking at the moment didn't even belong to us in this lifetime, through
Exactly.
the theta healing that we're doing. But yet we've been holding on to that energy because I already knew through energetic DNA cleansing, we're holding 7 generations minimum within us. But folks, you know, all this time you might be feeling a certain way and thinking, oh, it could just be from your life, but it might not even have absolutely anything to do with you in this lifetime.
And you want to make your current lifetime here and now the best version it can possibly be, like we discussed before. And also, if you've got, you know, if a close family member who you don't get on with. There's always problems, arguments, this, that, and the other. By doing the work on yourself, you are doing the work on them, and they're going to feel it. Even if they don't know how to vocalize, don't know what's going on, they're going to feel something, and there's going to be a change in them as well. Because
100%.
you can't do is try and heal someone else without their permission.
Never do that.
Can you still see me?
No.
You can't, but you can hear me.
Yeah.
Okay, you
We'll
can hear me.
continue again.
As long as you can hear me, that's the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, one thing is you can't do any type of work on anyone unless you have their permission. Unless the only thing you can do is give them unconditional love. However, if you do have issues with a certain someone, you can do the work on yourself so you can see how it feels to not have those issues with someone else.
Mm-hmm. So
And I could give specific examples of that, but let's save that for another time because that's a big subject, and that's something
that we can do specifically when it comes to
specifically. And I have done that with my family members, and I have seen results with that. And it's really like, wow, you know, is this magic? No, it's not magic. It's energy.
And as I've always said, energy is everything, and everything is energy, including us, especially us.
Exactly.
So with that, I would like to close with a beautiful download now, because I thought that was a beautiful way to start. So everybody, let's close our eyes. And for those who are willing to accept, just say yes at the end. Dear Creator of all that is, please assist those who are wanting to heal and tap into their purpose. Be guided by your unconditional love and light. May you continue to connect all of us, whether it be telepathically, verbally, via any form of communications, so that our vibration individually will grow stronger, along with assisting this beautiful planet Earth to where she needs to be. May you shower us all with unconditional love. I command you, and it is requested for you to shower us with unconditional love, with grace, with playful ease to navigate this challenging period here on planet Earth. And may you also shower us with the direction of where we need to be in each given moment that will serve our highest and best good and purpose here on all levels, in all timelines. Yes?
Yes, please.
Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Ashe. Beautiful.
Thank you very much for that.
Thank you. And thank you for joining me. And just always being a part of this wonderful journey, my beautiful brother.
Thank you. And there's more wonderfulness to come very soon.
So is folks. And like we said, thank you. I said it at the top of this message. for all of yours. I know I've not been in touch the last few days, but I just needed time out, folks. You know, I just wanted to enjoy my birthday and, you know, just have some me time, some downtime. So I thank you. Thank you for continuing to support both of us, to spread the word. Please feel free to like, share, follow. The competition that I was meant to announce on my birthday, funnily enough, I'll most probably announce tomorrow. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, I'll be back here for our intuitive new moon collective reading. Yes, I wasn't going to leave that out, folks. It's going to be every moon cycle for now anyway. I promise that to you. So for now, we thank you for joining us. And yeah, take care of yourselves and be gentle on your souls and take care and look out for each other. Yeah,
Definitely.
we love you.
Lots of love to everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.